All right, let's bring in our first guest, Billy, Dr. Allan Hedberg. Doctor, how are you? Nice to see you. Now, Doctor, you're an author.
Yes, I am, yeah.
Were you always an author, or were you a doctor?
Well, I've been a psychologist for 40 years.
All right. I just want to clear that up.
I had to somehow put that all together at the end.
Now, let's back up. Where did you grow up at?
Well, Chicago is my home.
Oh, really?
But I've been here in Fresno for 35 years, so this is kind of like home.
So, are you a Cubs fan?
Yeah, I am. I have been since I was a little kid.
Tough, isn't it?
I'm waiting for them to win.
Yeah. Maybe one day you'll see that. I hear they have a good farm system.
They do.
Okay.
It stops there, unfortunately.
So you grow up in Chicago, and did you go to school there?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Okay.
Northern Illinois University.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you work your practice for a while?
Yep, I'm still working full time.
Oh, really?
Been doing it 40 years. So when you get,
I look like I'm okay.
You
right?
are all right.
Okay, all right. Now, so you do that, and then when did you start writing the books?
Well, I had a 5th grade teacher that taught me to write.
I had a couple of them.
Yeah, in succession, I'm sure. But taught me how to write, and I've been writing ever since. Little articles, little things here and there, and then now I've said I need to put these together in a book. Okay. You need to take all the stuff that you've done, all the stuff you learned, all the people you've talked to, all the information you've gained over the years, and somehow begin to summarize that at the end. It's kind of like building a legacy, leaving it behind. So I've written several books.
What types of books are these?
Well, these are books for the general public. I've tried to take psychology and give it away.
You take it to somebody else's story and write it down?
Everybody else's story.
Everybody else's.
Less is my father.
You mash it into one?
Yeah, Less is My Father's an interesting book. Every patient I ask them, what is the motto? What is the adage that they grew up on? And everybody has some kind of a motto that comes usually from the father, by the way.
Yeah,
and
I got a couple.
Fathers try to motivate kids to learn and to go to school and pay attention and be achievers and so on. So I've taken those mottos and I've written them up to a little story on that particular patient, and then how I used it in therapy and how somebody else can benefit from it. So that's what less. And 80% of mottos that kids get in homes come from fathers. Fathers are motto givers, not mothers particularly. So fathers are the ones that motivate and challenge kids to do well.
My mom would say things like, "I brought you into this world, I could take you out." That's pretty motivating, right?
Out of fear, I guess.
I'm going to throw one of these out, and I want you to give me a little bit back. Keep your axe sharpened.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Be prepared. Be prepared for everything. Be prepared for anything that comes your way. Have a mind that's educated. Have a mind that's thoughtful. Be aware of your environment. Be aware of your family. Be aware of your own problems. Be aware of the issues that you're facing. Because action someday. And you better be ready.
It's so much easier to be aware of other people's problems, though, Doctor. Right.
We are that way.
77 many life lessons from dear old dad and historical fathers. That's probably pretty fun to write. It is.
That was a good write. It's kind of a motivational book. It's like a page and a half that you read maybe in a day and just kind of get a sense of orientation, a direction for the day. Mm-hmm. I try to be motivational, encouraging in that particular book. People need that.
I like
something to guide them in the day.
Okay, we're going to move to this one. Doctor, teach me to parent.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Wow.
Grandparents are the ones that are raising a lot of kids today. You know that 2.7 million children are being raised by grandparents.
Wow.
And grandparents need some help, as well as parents need some help in learning how to raise their children. So that book was written with that population in mind. For parents, obviously, young parents, so they start out right and do it right. But also for grandparents who have to step into the gap and do something they haven't done for 25 years, and do it again now. So a book like that just gives them an orientation, gives them a sense of direction.
Tell me about how this one came to be.
Well, I see a lot of parents. I see a lot of families in my practice. And I've taken common problems that come to my office. And I said, okay, how can I write that up, summarize that, so that somebody can have something to take home with them and use it, and something that can be in a book form that other people can benefit from. Because if you have a problem, somebody else has something similar, to that. So I tried to address that.
Mine are always much bigger than everybody else's.
Well, you might think so. We all are there, though.
Okay, so I'm going to go, I'll throw another one out, okay? How's this one? Untying the knot of family conflict. Whoa.
Whoa.
You know, we have a lot of conflict in families, but, you know, families don't know how to resolve conflict. Families don't know how to sit down and discuss a problem and come up with some solutions and then pick a solution and then try it and see how well it works. I mean, that's how you deal with family conflict. You want to get kids to sit and talk.
My family's really good at it. What we do is we yell at each other and we get it out, and instead of letting it hold it in and festering and getting worse, or talking with certain family members behind the backs of the other.
That's what people do.
No. We call them out on it. We're like, what's up?
But look at this deal. There are some people who are raised that way, and then they marry somebody who comes from a non-talking family.
Yeah, I guess
they don't talk. They don't deal with things. They don't solve problems. And now you're married together? How are you going to handle that? So now you really have to educate one to talk and one to talk less.
It's a whole retraining
come to the
process,
middle. It's a
right?
retraining thing. And you spend your time in your day doing that. So I try to deal with that in the book, is saying, help people kind of say, there are ways to deal with problems, conflicts, and you can resolve it without having to go through divorces and go through.
You think my way is a good way to do it?
I like your way.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit of an Italian way, and it might be a little strong way, but it is the answer. You got to talk. You got to get it out. You got to get it on the table. You know, to every problem there's 3 answers, but you got to pick one that works for you. Mm-hmm. You can't work one that fits for me, but you got to one that you as a family. So pick an answer and deal with it, and then go for it.
I like it.
If it doesn't work, pick another one.
See, I told you. Yeah. Okay.
You aren't so bad.
Next book, Achieving and Living a Healthy Lifestyle in a World of Stress. Wow, everybody needs this one.
Hey, we are in a very stressful world. If you realize how much stress we have, then when you come to stress, your immune system lowers. Now you're talking about what you just advertised a little while ago. Your immune system lowers, and now you're susceptible to all kinds of illnesses and all kinds of diseases and harmful events that will happen in your life. So you have to learn how to handle stress, manage it, because when you manage stress, you're managing your immune system, and then that is where your health comes. You either come strong or it comes weak. So when you look at lifestyle, you have to say, am I living a healthy life? Am I doing my exercise? Am I eating my vegetables? Am I eating my fruits?
You can eat your fruits and vegetables and eat well, and you can take care of yourself, but the stress could still kill you.
You got to learn how to handle stress.
Right.
You got to talk about it. You got to deal with it. You have to learn how to make decisions. You got to know how to solve problems. You have to learn how to deal with people who are creating some stress with you, and rather than avoiding them and running from them, you have to learn how to talk to them. And when you deal with your stress and you handle it, you live healthy. Not just a better quality of life, but a more healthy life.
I have a very important question for you, and it's very personal for me. Is it okay to talk to yourself?
Yes.
Good, thank God.
Woo, here's the deal.
I've been really, really worried about that. I've been having arguments with myself about it.
Don't talk back. But, guiding yourself. So I was with a patient this morning, and I was saying, look, you got to learn how to talk to yourself, because he's hyperactive. He makes decisions too quickly. So I was saying, here's how you need to talk to yourself. You need to say to the words, calm down, take it easy, slow it down, give yourself some time.
Take a breath.
Yeah. Count to 10, the old kind of story. So when you guide yourself, you do it by talking. It works.
I feel so much better right now. Seriously. Now, what about people that get the anxiety and that stuff? Can they talk themselves down?
Sure they can.
Yeah?
The word calm, the word relax, the word tranquil, the word serene. To think of an image of a place where you have relaxed in the past, and imagine yourself there, and just sit back in your chair, close your eyes, put yourself into that spot or into that place, and just let that anxiety go away by the replacement of something that's more pleasant and something more relaxing. So, yeah, you can do it.
Well, I was asking for other people, not necessarily myself.
It works for you, it works for others as well.
Now, doctor, are these the only 3?
I have other ones, but those are the 3 that I've written here recently.
Where can they be found?
Well, my office is on the screen, 244-3260. Just call my office, and my secretary will see that you get it. Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and on your book.
Right here on CentralValleyTalk.com, right?
That's right.
Okay.
You're
Dr.
right there.
Allan Hedberg. Nice talking with you,
Good, thank
pal.
you. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stick around.